an NHS worker.
He knows all.
One, isn't it, for the Prime Minister to sort of champion?
It is.
Premier League, these clubs. Then what? How do these fans watch their clubs play?
TV. I think
weird situation because there's no they are suggesting like an American style where there would be no relegation. You could have a team like Spurs, for instance, who could just continually lose. I think they'd stay there.
Oh no, that's right.
Do you? Because if the Premier League don't say you're out, and that would lead to it folding. If the Premier League keep the teams in. Are these teams going to be in the morning?
Exactly.
No. To provide consent, and so that would be a barrier. You're an ambassador for shelter, so you're using your voice very powerfully on this. I don't know if you've seen, Rob, the work that I've done in Invest through Judge Rinder. That's the purpose of that show, of course. And it struck me recently that, of course, you were the victim of crime as your phone. And but your response to that was incredibly compassionate.
Walk.
Yes, we did. We went for a socially distanced walk, but you actually stayed.
God willing.
We have breaking news this morning because we know that Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister, is furious about these top six clubs breaking away and forming this European Super League. And we now know he's going to host a round table with representatives from football's governing bodies, including the FA and the Premier League, as well as fans' representatives today to discuss those plans. Kevin, I mean, everybody pretty...
The former England manager, Sven-Göran Eriksson, I'm sure he'll have some very interesting views. Matthew Lynn is on as well as a writer who's actually defends this. He thinks it's a great idea. We found one person who thinks it's...
Because it is pretty universal condemnation.
And look, we need to hear all sides of it. I'm looking forward to hearing from Matthew and see what his defence is. And the legendary goalkeeper, David Seymour, will be with us as well later in the show.
Yeah.
But first, at 7 minutes past 7, thank you, Andrew.
Well, our breaking news this morning, the Prime Minister said he was going to do something, and he is going to do something today. Boris Johnson says he'll host discussions with football governing bodies and fans as anger mounts over those proposals for 6 Premier League clubs to join a new European Super League.
But this isn't the first time clubs have chosen to break away. Pip Thompson has more. Now, new figures from the campaign group My Death, My Decision has revealed 30% of people who travel to Switzerland for an assisted death do so without police's knowledge.
Assisting a suicide in England and Wales is punishable by up to 14 years in jail. But there are some who think it is time to reform the law.
Joining us, very difficult situation for everybody concerned.
Yeah.
Michael on Twitter says, if you're dying from an illness and you want to go before it ends your life, then it should not be a criminal offence. Let them go with dignity. And a lot of people effectively saying pretty much the same thing on Twitter. But there will be other people who probably haven't tweeted who feel against it. But thank you very much. It's an important debate. Right, lots more still to come.
Including Judge Rinder.
Yes, Judge Rinder. I love the photo with his, was it his grandmother?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just
reunited
gorgeous.
at last.
And there'll be lots of stories like that as well. So some nice stories to come. You're watching Good Morning Britain on ITV.
See you in a moment.
Competition time, and a life-changing £100,000 is up for grabs. Here's Andy with all the details.
Good luck. Now, it has been more than a year since the curtains came down on UK theatres due to the pandemic, but indoor venues are finally preparing to throw their doors open to 50% of the audience.
This is great news for so many people. Cast and crews of productions are working tirelessly ahead of their opening nights, including Jason. The competition, no one can be relegated, and it's not really a competition, but this is how the Americans have done sport for a long time now.
Because it's all about...